Welcome, SonicWall channel partners. It is week 7 of the NFL season. We've got some winners to announce, but before I do that, I'm going to bring in a guest. Many of you know our special guest. He comes all the way live from the OC. JT, how you doing, my friend?
Hold on, Chris. How about them Cowboys, huh? How about them Cowboys?
You finally got a win over your Cowboys, so that was good to see. It was a rough week, but I'm happy for a win. So
they eked it out.
Yeah. So cool. So this week, hey, let's talk about some of the winners. One of my partners actually won some, or in the middle, so I got to be kind of excited about that. So let's pull that up. So first off, congratulations. This guy is a genius. Anybody that works in the Blue Owl area, JT, I know you're not too far down the street. Hey, David, he only missed 1 game out of 14 games, 13 correct. Might want to take him to a trip.
Did you have the script that the NFL's been working off? You know how everyone said it's scripted? I'm feeling like David's got the script in his back pocket.
David must have that. And then I actually had a meeting with Tony this week out in Insight. So congrats, Tony. You had a tie for second place. There was about 6 of you. But again, reminder, everybody, and it's on the rule sheet, the tiebreakers go by the Monday Night Football total score. So Tony was the closest at 38, and then Justin with Paragus IT, congratulations, you came in third. We'll ship you guys out the electronic gift cards from that perspective. So
nice.
What we did want to talk about, and the reason why I brought JT on, is about our service provider program. So we've got a new offering that's out there. And JT, what are you hearing out there, both with your partner set as well as the consumption model by end user customers as it relates to our monthly billing subscription?
Yeah, I mean, something we've been really heavy communicating to our partners, and like this approach to doing stuff maybe as a service sometimes is the acronym, right? But it's the transition of annual firewall renewals, things that we used to call AGSS, CGSS, EPSS, right? Like the security suite on the firewall, moving that to monthly with no term commitment for the partners and allowing them to bake it into their own custom SKUs. So there's a couple of partners I've worked with recently did it actually at demand of the customers. A lot of customers wanting to move towards more of a operational expense versus capital expense with the way that the financial markets are right now. Right. And this gives partners a really flexible way to do that without putting themselves at risk of having to finance like long contracts. So pretty cool program. I mean, a lot of positive responses so far. Got a couple of partners down here onboarding the program today.
Yeah, that's great. And I think one of the things as a channel account manager in my territory, I always hate doing that monthly beat up with our partners. Hey, here's your list of your 15 partners. And I'm sure it's not easy as a partner having to go chase down the end user customer to get them signed up for a year, maybe 2 years. But with this platform, what's the additional benefit that, a partner can do from this standpoint?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing for the partner, like you said, is managing renewals. I was talking to one of my partners who I think is actually really good at managing renewals. And they're like, we suck at managing renewals. Like that was their assumption, right? And it's because there's a lot that goes into that. Talk about the labor costs that go into managing renewals, chasing the customer around, and then honestly, just the competition that exists, right? A lot of these larger providers are in a race to the bottom. And as we try to help our partners differentiate the services they offer, which is a lot of the value that our products can help provide are around the services the partners are offering, we've been trying to find ways to bake it into it. So along all of that, there's a benefit. And then honestly, the margins are better, right? Partners are able to charge a more predictable price. It's broken into a monthly outlay, and the margin is just a better opportunity because they aren't competing with SKUs.
Right. Speaking of SKUs, let's talk about what's available in this new service provider program. So obviously, firewall, we keep talking about renewals, but if you want to touch on what you're seeing in your area in terms of the portfolio and breadth that we can offer to our partners.
Yeah, the big ones, Capture Client, right? That's our endpoint antivirus and EDR platform, endpoint detection response. That product has been on there for quite some time now. So that's a per license or per node SKU. We've got our hosted email security as well as our cloud email security platform on there. So again, that's per mailbox, helps to protect things like Office 365 or Google Suite of mail services. And then one that kind of sneaks in, but we've seen a lot of adoption for, Chris, is the NSV, right? With everyone moving their workloads to Azure and AWS, it's like, how do I protect those environments the way I used to protect them when they were on premise? And it's with the virtual firewall, what we call the NSV. And that product's on there today. And having that be monthly and line up with the like Azure buys or the AWS purchase model makes it really easy to bolt that on and provide security to your customer.
Oh, that's great. I think one of the other things I've been seeing in NorCal that can translate is I've got a client that has 150 locations, and from an end user perspective, and they have the renewal cycle coming up, but they want to upgrade. But they're coming across a challenge, this economy budget. And so we've proposed an alternative method using the service provider program where, hey guys, you can actually upgrade them, get a bare bone box. They standardize on the 470s, for example. And then the monthly billing, the end user customer, and literally they have to get everything scrutinized at $10,000 or above. So if we can squeeze the monthly billing in from that perspective, it's a win-win on both sides. So just keep that in mind to our partners out in the territory.
You call out that bare bones box. Those of you that are on Gen 7, Gen 6 products, we have those highly discounted, basically the 3 and free level discounting bare bones appliance to enable you to rapidly adopt this as a service model. You don't have to wait 3 years till a license expires or whatever. You can do it today and start billing for your customers today. So I think that's something that goes underutilized, but that's a good way to achieve some nice wins.
Definitely. And then last but not least, let's just touch on the platform itself. So those of you that are interested in this, your next steps, reach out to your channel account manager. And then there's 3 tiers. There's an entry level tier, which is the Protect. And then there's once you hit $5,000 in monthly revenue minimums, you go to the Powered, and then 10,000 above is the Power Plus. So there's all different discounted tiers, just like our traditional Secure First program, baked into the new service provider program. So with that, I think the takeaway here is, hey, focus on the existing renewals, potentially flipping it over to a monthly billing perspective. The upgrades, as JT just discussed, move over to the bare bone box, turn on the monthly security services, and move forward from there. JT, any last minute words before we end this week's Pick'em?
No, let's go Packers, and I'll root for the Cowboys for once. So go Cowboys.
All right. Well, I appreciate it, my friend. Oops. Sorry, I didn't mean to take you away there, JT.
You're kicking me out. You heard me saying something about the Cowboys. You tried to end the call before I could say anything bad,
Exactly. So, hey, remember, get your picks in Thursday by 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern time. I think there's a game. I don't even recall who the Thursday night game is. I don't know if you know it off the top of your head. I'm drawing a blank.
I think it's a pretty good game. But David, send me the script because I need to put that to work on some other platforms I use.
Exactly. So with that being said, guys, have a great one, and we will talk to you next week.
Thank you.